And Kai, and they have Kai.
There's always that Kai factor. Yeah, I get it. I get
Let's
it.
see here.
I mean, generally, looking at the meta style, we already picked a brain from Reinforce yesterday and the day before. And actually, I just do that every day. It's just kind of a hobby of mine.
Just poking at us like,
just
give
really
me
like
information.
Yeah, he has so much, right? He's a big guy. There is a lot of information fitting into that body of his. So I like to make use of that. So maybe give us your take so far. How do you feel about the meta? Do you feel like it's well established? Or do you think there is still a lot in flux?
I think there's so many things in flux right now, and you got to look at the individual pieces. For me right now, Sojourn seems to be that back and forth hero that some teams are starting to utilize, other teams aren't. I would expect to see more teams move towards that Sojourn direction. The amount of value that you get from those rails, almost getting a free pick off at the beginning of team fights, is just too valuable. And especially that Overwatch.
So I'll listen to this. I'll then turn off the casters a little bit later. I'll switch to a different feed. But so my general thoughts. What's up, Schiffler? So my general thoughts. I'm just about to tweet stuff. 1 minute. Why was I code screen? 1 minute. Watch. 1 second. I just want to tweet a few things out. Arrow down. Okay, there we go. Alright, so I'm gonna go with my what's up, Will? I'm gonna go with my gut. I think Atlanta got this. Nice. I like you going for your gut. I think again, my biggest thing is Dallas actually gonna play Brawl again, man? That was so disgusting, honestly. I don't use the word disgusting that much, but that was just not good. Like seeing them play Brawl versus Shock, who's like used to be a really strong Brawl team when they had Super, and I think the Mikey, they could probably pull off Brawl again, but like it was so disappointing to see that, man. So if they play Brawl versus Atlanta, that's I think that's just gonna be a big question mark. I think they're gonna try abusing the Mei, but I'm assuming that we're gonna swap to this here. Okay, there we go. So what I was gonna say, I think like, why is it not? Is it fully centered? 1 minute. No, it's fine. Just an overlay. Okay. So I think one thing that is like also really important is like I mentioned the Mei and sort of how Atlanta was sort of struggling with Mei yesterday. I have a feeling they definitely talked about it a little bit internally, so I don't think that'll be an issue this time. I think they'll probably be okay. I am curious what they'll do if the Mei comes out. How are they going to adapt? That's what I'm curious about. I think they're going to stay to the roots though. I don't think they're going to change many of their compositions. I think the comp they're playing is actually really good. If you watched earlier, Glad was running a lot of Ana Zen, which is like super greedy. Like Ana Zen, I mean, Zen does have more peels with the kick, but it's still greedy because like that's a very diveable backline. You don't have Lamp, you don't have, you know, Brig to help versus flankers, you don't have Lucio to speed out. So you can definitely see different teams are trying to play to their strengths, but also try and like play different backlines. Some people are playing Brig Zen, some people playing like Ana Zen, some people are playing Lucio Zen. Saw that in like out of Titans. So there's definitely some interesting things going on, in my opinion. Let's see here. UV Zen's always been good. It's like one thing I talk a lot about UV may not be like the best mechanical player right now, like in the league, like, you know, comparing him to Shu or like, you know, insane other players like that. But he is probably one of the most consistent players in my opinion. He does not make that many actual mistakes. Like if you look at other people, you'll see them make a lot of mistakes, and that's sort of like, like why are they making so many mistakes? You know, why is this happening? I'm gonna put my camera back up, I think. Maybe better. It's sort of like funky figuring out where to put the camera with like everybody moving a lot. But we're just gonna keep it right over there. There we go. So I definitely think UV has his, you know, his consistency. And OG, I think he's actually one of probably the most underrated main supports right now in the league. because he's incredibly flexible and he's very consistent. I talked about it yesterday, but I definitely think that he's able to adapt his playstyle and do what needs to be done in the moment better than any other main support on Lucio. So we see Hawken, Venom, Kai, so I'm assuming they're going to run some Doom-based, you know, compositions. Nothing out of the ordinary, pretty normal. The question is, you know, if they're also, they could run Sigma stuff, or are they going to run the Bat Brig? It's probably Koth map, so they'll probably go with, like, Brig Zen, but we'll have to see. So as I said, I turned the casters off so I can talk a lot more, and I'll be talking a lot. Hanbin's in. So that's something I actually really want to say. For Dallas, like, they should be playing Hanbin. In a Sigma meta where there's a lot of Sigma being played, why are you playing Fearless on Reinhardt? You're not saying it's a bad Reinhardt, but Hanbin's probably one of the best Sigmas in the league. Why not just play him on Sigma? That was, like, so baffling to me, too. To, like, see the game versus Shock. Man. So, yeah, and I do think, like, Fielder and Chio are, like, okay. Like, I personally think UV and OG are actually better than Fielder and Chio. I think Chio's mechanically really strong, but his, like, transition into, like, macro play is, like, a little bit skewed sometimes. And Fielder, like, reminds me of, like, Iris or Elris, who I used to coach a while ago. And I think, like, UV's, like, easily on par with that. And I think OG's actually better than Chio. So, I think, like, Atlanta's backline is just straight up better, in my opinion, than Dallas's. And then if you look at Edison versus Kai, I think Kai's better. Sparkle versus Venom, I think if it's Tracer matchups, I think it's definitely Venom. Sparkle has gotten a lot better, though, at his pulse bombs. His, like, pulse rate is, like, just skyrocketed up. His, like, neutral value, when he does normally, isn't really fancy, but the dude just hits so many pulses. It's crazy. I thought Dub did actually pretty good on his debut. I think he did pretty decent. Okay, let's see here. So, Dallas is also running the Ana Zen. Interesting. Ana Zen into a Doomfist Tracer. Oh, Sparkle goes down instantly. Again, I think Echo into Sojourn is just not... It's just not a good idea. Because normally Sojourn's like actual, like the primary fire. Doesn't actually do that much damage. But it's like good pressure into an Echo. And then you have the Railgun too for Final Blow on top of that. I just think that, like... Echo into Sojourn, just not the move. And if you saw the very first fight of Paris versus, what was it? Paris versus Glad, you saw how they just rushed really hard that Ana Zen backline? That's what Atlanta's going to need to look to do here. Is like Doom Venom just look to go really aggressive. But the problem there is, if you notice, Sparkle was able to get really close and get really on Kai, so Kai was forced to dynamically rotate. But I like how he did move, and he rotated around. There's some good pressure. OG being really aggressive, gets a pick. I also am curious if you actually compare OG's Final Blow stats and how much he actually gets done. Ooh, what a shot. As a Lucio versus other Lucios, because I think he actually does quite a decent bit. It's an interesting mini grab there. And notice Kai, how he's sort of like roaming around the map. He's playing this high ground, but when he's under pressure, he rotates around point, and he rotates back. So he's a very hard target to be focused. In fact, if you think about it, Hanbin hasn't even hit him once. Oh, he misses the shot. Okay. They're just controlling space. And like I said, Kai just moving left and right. Hawk, I would like to see him play a little bit more further up, I think, to be a little bit more aggressive. The only problem with being a little bit more aggressive like that is Sparkle could just sticky beam him and he'd blow up instantly. But there is something to be said about, like, again, diving that backline and going really aggro. Especially if they have, like, Zen Ana. I think, like, looking for a little bit more early engage, forcing that trance, that would have been nice. Not sure if they had trance before the fight or after. Okay. Fielder gets UV, the 3 set. 76% not bad. I mean, they do have trance and copy, but Kai's got all UV swaps to BAP. Interesting. What's the logic behind that swap? You can pressure Echo very well. You can pressure Ball. I guess that's pretty good because you can pressure a lot of people really well. A little harder to heal Hawk, though, but, I mean, should be fine. Echo's really annoying when you clear. Oh, what a shot! Oh, let's go! Oh my god! The dude just killed everybody! He literally just killed everybody! Look at the smug look on his face! Look at the smug look on his face. And what was so smart about that is he realized Hanbin wasn't in a position to contest him. Echo wasn't in a position either, so he could go straight on the back line. He just went straight on the back line because there was nobody contesting him at all. That was absolutely nuts. But how he like figured that out and determined that based off his threats was even better. Dude, that's gotta be like mentally booming a little bit for Dallas, man. They copy Doomfist. Okay, it's an interesting copy. Hanbin gets Hawk. Trance. I definitely think Echo, like, playing Doomfist into Echo's gotta feel like not the best. Kai's on a really hard angle. Unfortunately dies. Oh, man. That's okay. I think that's, like, fine that they lost that, because they have Beat Window. Enemy team has Nano Mines. Biggest thing is you don't want Mines forcing out Beat here. Venom's gonna stagger. That's unlucky. Let's see here. Okay. Kai gets a pick. That's a huge pick. They don't have Nano anymore. This fight they could just straight up win. Edison's forced out really far. Beat. It's honestly a pretty good beat. They just need to get a kill off of it. Forcing point isn't terrible, but they really want to kill here. UV dies. That's not good. Grab. Hawks 1. Not able to get the Echo. Sparkle's positioning well. Venom gets 2? Ball's 1. He's looking for the final blow on Ball. Hanbin goes out. There's nobody else there. Hanbin gets healed. He couldn't go to point there, and he doesn't want to use Railgun shot because he wants to use it at the final blow. OG's still alive. Again, if you think about OG, the dude just lives, man. He lives and does a lot. Hanbin gets nanoed. 99-99 fight. Hanbin's 1, dude. This guy is just not dying. That's the problem. They're putting so much damage into somebody, and they're not actually able to kill him. And while this is happening, other people on Delana's team is dying. I think what they should have done here is they should have let Venom stall and everyone else just go on like their backline or something. I think that would have been maybe a better play because, I mean, to be honest, I personally thought Hanbin could die there, but I forgot about the nano. And the fact that he lived off that nano was, and then he uses also his E to like get armor. It's pretty nuts. He played that really well. Okay. Yeah, mechanically, I agree. I agree. Like, mechanically, it's not even a question. Dude, Kai, man. My goodness. That was absolutely absurd. The value he got there. Looks like they're running out again on that on his Zen. It's really interesting seeing Dallas and Glads play this. It's something I was talking with someone else about how we think on his Zen might be viable just because of Zen's peel value. And when you have, again, really mechanically strong players, like, you're able to win those flanker duels, so it's sort of okay. And if you position well, you have a lot of mobile people, you don't need a lot of heals. It's all about angle and map control, and both those healers sort of provide a lot of support. It's interesting. Echo's gotten forced out really early. A lot of, like, how Dallas has to get value is putting their Echo in a position where he can, like, sort of come up like that. If their Echo's able to, like, come up like that, then their Echo's able to inherently normally do more. UV just popped off. But if Echo has no space, then, like, Hawk's able to do more, Kai's able to do more. It just goes a lot better. What's up, Matty? Yeah, I agree. Oh, that's a huge stick. That is a huge stick. Even if that's a trade, that's still worth it. Low heals now. Dallas needs to look for trades here, but they kill UV, but Hawk kills Edison. Worth. Oh, that's not good. Needs to live. That's bad. I was okay. I mean, we're getting trades though. Trace will come back faster than Ana, so we should be okay in the longer scheme of things, I think. Our Tracer's already back. I think we're fine, yeah. Nice. Like I said, that was a really good trade, because not only killing support, but Tracer just comes back faster, so it's even spawns. They died at the same time. Okay, nice trance. I like that. Dude, Hawk's taking a lot of pressure. Also, it's really interesting to seeing Tracers get nanoed a lot now. It's like, I've noticed that it's just happening a lot more. Oh, look at his aggressive play again. He literally just missed one shot. Oh my god, landing your mines. Scary. And they managed to just keep control during this whole crazy fiasco. That's really good. They used a lot of ults though, Atlanta, so it's going to be a bit tricky going into this next fight. Edison, Pulse, Copy, Trance. I mean, theoretically, Dallas should just be able to win this with just Copy. And then keep some ults. But if we can force out more ults from Dallas, we'd be in really, really good shape here. And if we force a really long fight, it's even better. Okay, there's Lamp Force for Pulse. Let him get caught out. We should have kited there and not hit the health pack. Okay, not bad. It's hard there. They're getting zoned really hard. If you notice, they're all playing in that bell tower, and they lost a lot of map control. And then I was just getting angled on. Really interesting to copy, like, Sojourn. I feel, I guess you get okay, I guess you get ult and you can, like, kill things fast. So I guess maybe it's decent. On their team, who else are we gonna copy? I get Tracer's not bad. I think Doom's also not bad. Let's see here. Okay, Doom goes point. I like Doom a lot on point, especially into rain damage, because you can just sort of, like, play corner. You can use your shield thing. Venom presses Sparkle out. Nice. Forces him out. Sparkle's 1 HP. Almost dies, actually. Fielder. Oh, Fielder popped off there. Okay. That would have been bad if you had to sleep there. That's not good. We lose a fight without using any ults or forcing any ults. We only need one fight win, so just ult economy. So, or picks. Hanbin? Again, Hanbin hasn't really been doing much. Have we been seeing a lot of Hanbin ball? I swear Fearless was playing ball earlier. But now all of a sudden Hanbin's playing ball. Maybe it means that they're going to play Sigma in another round. There's only one other round. But, okay, Doom goes up. Punch. Oh. He lives? Oh, he lives. Dude, this is like the second or third time Hawk has, like, been in a really weird position, and he's, like, supposed to die, but the dude just lives. They just won this off, like, fragging. Like, people just decided, like, hey, guys, this is, like, not your map anymore, or not your point. We're just gonna frag and pop off. They literally just won this off fragging. Their Venom should have postured more forward, so then, I couldn't have held space. Oh, for the pulse, misses the pulse, goes on echo. Okay, Hawk slow to nice trance. I love the aggression here. I love this trance aggression. I mean, Fielder already used trance early, so as long as you go up really aggro and get some kills off this, it's just a free W. So that was really good. No, Get has been out of here. What do you mean by that, Striker? Okay. Let me also message my server. Let's see here. Let me message my server, get some more people in the chat really fast. Doofus, Babzen. So the other thing you gotta think about is they're playing Babzen here in the other map. Why? Why are they like choosing Babzen over the Lucio Ana or Lucio Bap? And I think a lot of that actually has to do with like Lucio's validity. I feel like it's the longer maps, you're gonna get a lot more value. Zen inherently is already good, and because of the verticality with the jump thing, I think Bap also is actually really nice. Hawk just rolls Hanbin. I don't know why teams think like mirroring Atlanta in Doom is a good idea. I don't know a team that's beaten Atlanta recently in the Doom Mirror. And obviously Dallas is like a good team, but even Shock when they did it on Kings Row, big no-no. So notice how aggressive Venom's playing if you're top left. So that was really nice, putting a lot of aggressive pressure, making it hard for the team to walk forward. That just inherently gives you free percentage because they have to clear people out. Oh, that's man. Edison got in a way too aggressive angle there. But Kai managed to get the pick on Sparkle. That's huge. And then he'll also get a pick on Chio. I think you just win this. Because again, like you got to pick on Hawk, but Hawk will just come back fast and Steven spawns. And that's one thing like you're noticing in like in Overwatch 2 is like spawns and trades are so important. Dude's 30 HP, man. Holy shit. So like you have to convert more. You can't just get a pick or you can't just get a trade and like hope to win. It's not enough. I also sort of like here. I think Venom used a little bit too many CDs here, but I like how Atlanta actually backs up a little bit and then respawns and comes back out, but they sort of messed this up in terms of how they were going to touch and everything. Let's see here. Oh, cool. Do you look at Tricers or the Tracer all difference? I mean, yeah, but I think that's because, like, Venom's having a really big issue with uptime right now. And I think the other difference is how aggressive Hawk's playing versus Hanbin. Have you seen Hanbin actually being aggressive? And, like, Hawk's doing way more aggression, so that's inherently allowing Sparkle to, like, farm more pulse. So it's like a give and take scenario. And honestly, I'd rather my Doomfist be more proactive than reactive. Especially into a Bab Zen backline. Oh, he's won. Nice. Like, dude, Zen plus Sojourn, Railgun, plus Tracer follow-up. Oh, man. You just think of that. Just think how OP that is. Oh, Bab's in a weird Zen. Oh, wow. They literally baited. They baited Edison to go forward on a 1 HP Zen, and then Hawk just peels instantly. That was really clean. I wish they didn't lose the point earlier, because this would have been, I think, map.
I'm just getting started.
Hey, Kay, what's up? Yeah. Again, a lot of, like, alt usage, it's really important you look into, like, how the team is playing that is enabling that alt buildup, or how that specific person is playing. Some of it might be because of a particular play style. Oh. That was just a really good pick, man. Edison just finding these picks. Oh, man, Venom. Oh, he misses it. Okay, well, they're even right now. They get Hanbin and Edison. I feel like Hanbin's honestly just been dying a lot. I feel like Hanbin actually hasn't been doing that much. Yeah, I feel like Venom's pulse rate's dropped a little bit. That's really unlucky, man. That's really unlucky. I think that was Atlanta's fight to win. I think they can still win this next fight, though. It'll be a little bit more tricky. I mean, it's window into trance. With trance is sort of better. I mean, you can railgun through window and you can maybe get a really nice pick. But definitely tricky. They know where the widow is. The widow has sights. Oh, there's the window. Okay. Looking for the pick. They trance aggro. Hawk gets a huge pick. They trade. Hawk's 1 HP. Venom gets a pick. Oh, damn. They had to go point, and I think that's what screwed them over. But also, again, like I said, the window to trance, that's really risky. Dallas really understood there that they needed to force a hard brawl, which was quite smart. They could win this, though, potentially. They could win the long fight. Because Hawk's got ult. And then the UV comes back with Pulse. Oh, he dies there. That's really bad. Hawk's gonna die here too, I think. He can live. Hawk gets Edison and lives. Kai gets a pick. Fielder kills Hawk. Can this be... again, if UV lives, that's huge, because he can have Trance. They know he's got it. Oh! What a pick! What a pick! Super winnable! Oh, that Zen's gotta die, man. Oh my god, dude. What a fucking turd. What a turn! Oh, they should write fucking stories about that turn, man. That was insane. The back, dude, Hawk lives in ways that is just unfathomable. He should die there. Literally, his first round, there are 2 situations he should have died. But the dude just lives. It is crazy. It is actually crazy, Hawk's survival rate. In like situations that he should just die. That makes me super happy. That makes me super happy. Let's go. I mean, that was close, and literally the only reason why it was that close is because they messed up. They messed up that last round. They like overextended and they used ults and then they couldn't get kills. Edison also got a cheeky pick, which really sucked. But yeah, man, this is gonna be a good series. Like I said, I was excited for this one because like the thing I have with Owl is there's certain matches that are so one-sided. It's like, okay, sure, these people are playing great, but like there are certain matches like, yeah, this is gonna be a good match. This is gonna be a good match. Like I think this week the good matches, at least like top matches, I was expecting Dallas Shock to be a really top match, but again, Dallas running Brawl really surprised me, and so far they're not running Brawl so far yet. They're only running on a specific map, so I'm curious if Dallas is still gonna bring it out, or they're like, yeah, we were wrong. We're just gonna play Doom, we're gonna play Winston, or we're gonna play Sigma. So I'm curious to see that. And then the only other good match to me was this versus Atlanta versus Dallas. Next week, I think it'll get interesting, maybe, because then there's London versus New York, which Florida versus Dallas, Atlanta versus Titans, Atlanta versus Shock next week. Ooh, that'll be interesting. I live very close to where Shock is, and I'm friends with some of the Shock people, so definitely Atlanta fan. So that'll be a good game. That'll be the game I'm looking for. I think the rest are also sort of So Atlanta's definitely got like this like tournament for qualifiers. They have like a little bit of a harder series, it feels like. I guess they have Paris, Outlaws, Shock, Titans, and Boston and Dallas. So they have like 2 like top 4 teams, Dallas and Shock. And then they have like mid teams, which is like Boston and Outlaws, and then Titans and Paris, which are low. So I guess it's like 2 of each bracket, I would say, which isn't, I guess, terrible. So the biggest playstyle difference is a good question. Widow, obviously you're going to play a lot further back, and you're looking for your team to create space for you so you can set up an angle or set up a pinch. And if you notice what Edison did is he always played the left side of the map, the team would come from the right, and then they would basically pinch their backline. So that's what they were doing with Widow. With Sojourn, honestly, the way I look at Sojourn is you roam a lot, you farm, look for railgun pop shots, and you punish people. And it's based off map control. So the way I look at it is you need to like control the map to allow your Sojourn to move around, then farm tanks, and then look for picks. Whereas with Widow, you can play that same way, but it's a little bit inconsistent because you don't have a lot of consistent damage. E starts to next week, I think, right? E starts next week. Or when you say East, you mean like APAC, right? That was an insane turn, though, man. Is that actually insane? Like, it's just nuts. Oh man, I definitely want to like make a compilation of like Hawk just living in certain situations, and just talk about it, because I think like how he approaches Doom that way, I don't think any other Doom has actually done it. Bro, when UV and Venom clutched it, I jumped to my seat. Yeah. I mean, again, like I said, that trance, like, it's never over. It's never, ever, ever over. And I saw UV have trance, and I'm like, okay, well, they tranced early here. Probably gonna lose this fight. This next fight, can they actually turn it? Can they stall enough? And I legitimately thought Hawk was gonna die there. OG dying there was surprising, like, that's just unlucky. But I thought Hawk would die there, and he lived. And I was like, what? I think it's always really funny to see Nero with the Torb hammer. It's really cool. Pocket living could be. Oh yeah. I think I might do that as a YouTube video. I think I might. because I think like people like there's definitely intricate like stuff he's doing there that it's not very obvious in terms of how he uses his CDs and other things. He's definitely doing some cool things that I sort of want to talk about. If you guys have other YouTube video suggestions, I'm more than willing to listen. I have a few things in the queue already that'll be coming out soon. Oh, so now we're going to hybrid. Okay, which map? Dallas's choice. Now, so this map, they could like choose a map where they'll play Brawl. Hanbin's in, so that means they're probably not playing Brawl because Fearless was in when they played Brawl. So I think they realized that Brawl is just like, it's just not the move. It's just not the move. They just made a mistake and they... Midtown, yeah, because if they played Ryan-based Brawl on Midtown, and before Fearless was in for this, so this is where I was like, are they really gonna bring it out again? Because Hanbin's in, I'm assuming they're gonna go with the Sigma-based spam. Jib, have we seen Jib out of any teams yet? This new meta? I don't think so. I feel like it'll be like a, like it'll be a Winston-based dive, or ball-based comps. Okay. And maps are preset, right, guys? Okay, let's see here. Dude, are they really mirroring? There's no way, man. They're mirroring Atlanta. They're mirroring Atlanta Doom comps. I think that's wild. Okay, there we go. Okay, okay. Okay. I'm just like... two non-2CP maps? You know, my favorite maps are not in the game. Like, 1 second. Has OG been playing more BAP? Yeah, OG is like super flexible. OG can play BAP, he can play Lucio, he can even play Zen, he can play Brig. He's like one of the most flexible main supports. It's in all. Yes, he was. He was on Atlanta last season. I don't think he played that much though. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Could be wrong. Yes, they did, and it was not. It was not the play. So they're playing the Sigma stuff, which is like what I anticipated them to play because it just makes way more logical sense. So here I'll get to the question in a second. You see Venom push left really hard to go pressure Dallas's Tracer so they can take space. What a pick! Ooh, that was spicy. Hawk goes in aggro. Mini grab. He's in a weird spot. He gets punished. That was a weird spot. They were going super hard on Shio there. Can they punish him though? He's one. OG punishes him. They're playing the Bat Break Brawl, so that's why they were going more aggro. A little greedy though there when he got traded. If he lived there, that would have been huge. And then now Hawk got traded. Oh, that's unlucky. They had a really good advantage there. Okay, okay. OG with the packs, trying to take more space. Venom low, no recall. Edison trying to look to kill him. Dude, Hawk's taking more space. They have taken more of the map. They've taken the left side of the map, and now they're pushing. Ooh, burst on Sparkle. So if you notice here, what they did is they pressured the top right of this train, pressure them, force them out. Then after that, they pushed left and then took the entire side of the map. And this is what I'm talking about. How like Atlanta, like Overwatch 2 is all about map control, and especially when you're playing like so many mobile people, it's how do you hold the map or control the map to get value. Here, they don't have map control because they have to push. At least the first fight. Now they're gonna have map control because they have payload. But so how do you actually like take the map? And how they rotated there and cleared things was really clean. You know, let's see here. So that was a pretty early take. There's like 4 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock. Not bad, not bad. I mean, they have Pulse, Doofustal, Sojourn all. They have Trance, Window, Flux. So Rally can counter Flux, sort of. I think I'll look for an early Pulse here, try and force Trance, and after that, maybe look for an aggressive dive. That'd probably be the play. Hawk looking to take space here. Taking a little bit of damage. Tracer's there. Sigma's there too. A little tricky. He's closing distance. He goes in. Punches really... Oh! He stuns him! He just stuns him and Shio can't even lamp! Wait a minute. Did they just win that with no ults? There's no way, dude. Oh my god. Dude, Hawk is literally just built different. He literally just rolled in Chio. He absolutely just demolished him. This is really good, though. This is, like, really good for them. They've got map control. I wish they had a little bit more of the left side of the map, playing around that bus. I like how OG's playing right there, though. I think it's a really smart place to hold map control. Tries to displace Hanbin. Hanbin's 1. They go on Hanbin early because they like, Flux is an issue, so displacing him is, like, a really good option. You're trying to look for a pick here through Trance. Chiu ends up getting Kai. Lamp goes out. Hawk's 1 HP. He's living, though. Venom's 1 too. And I think they might be in trouble here. I think they might have to reset. Yeah, they do. Okay, okay. Interesting Edison's playing the Sojourn. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I'm just curious if Doha can play it. We haven't, like, seen that much Doha. And we know he's good at, like, certain heroes like Sombra and some other ones, but... Or, like, Edison Tracer, like, Sparkle Sojourn. Okay, it's a nice window to take space plus aggression. I think that's a pretty good window. They get a lot of map space here. Briggs able to be more up. Tracer trying to push left, not able to do much. Hawk's discorded, kites out. Like, if you notice how Hawk is able to... Ooh, that's a nice pick again. I feel like there's definitely, like, a Sojourn diff going on here. I think there's just a massive Sojourn diff. I think they got this. Nice. Kill by mini grab. Edison should die here. Nice. That's just free alt charge. Why is your camps go squishy? I can make it bigger. I just don't want to, like, take too much space. I mean, to be honest, it's been sort of a roll. They've only lost, what, one fight, technically? Dude, this is like a massive Sojourn dip. Guy is constantly getting picks on Edison. I definitely think it should be, like, well, I guess Sparkle's been playing a lot of Tracer. That's probably why Rush is putting him on Tracer. Maybe better for long haul. Okay. Notice he's, like, keeping the railgun shot so he can actually look for a squishy to get the kill. And he tries there on Chio. He doesn't, like, waste it just on, like, Hanbin, because there's no point wasting it on Hanbin. What a brawl play here. And Edison swaps the Widow. Interesting. That's a good rally. I mean, they're down a few, but it's definitely winnable. Nog, out-sniped. Looking for the Zen here. Looks for Chio. Chio's 1. There. What do you notice there? How Fielder went to cart, because the Fielder wanted to stall the cart to buy more time for Dallas to be able to respawn. Which ended up working out really well. Edison came up clutch with those picks, though. That would have been Atlanta's to cap. Okay. Not bad. Again, Hawk holding space. Venom on the high ground. Natter on YouTube. Yeah, I know. Kai is literally just demolishing right now. Okay, that's a good pulse. So, again, one thing I've always said about Sparkle is his, like, his pulse rate has, like, really gotten better. He's really improved on that. I don't know what drills he's been doing, but... There's something called Revenge now? That's pretty cool. Where I guess, like, if they kill you and you kill them later, you get revenge. Okay. Let's see here. It's neutral, basically. No ult on each side. Notice how Kai is just, like, farming tanks to try and get his railgun shot to, like, look for a potential pick. So on downtime, he's literally just hard pressuring tanks. Then he looks for it, he just misses it. He almost actually had Edison there. And what's nice about it, right, is, like, Widow shot takes time to charge, whereas once it's charged, you can just peek and shoot. So it's actually easier for Kai to, like, actually, like, play that Widow 1v1 once you have a charged shot. They have no lamp. He's looking for a play here. He uses Pulse Bomb there, and I actually don't think that Pulse Bomb there was actually meant to stick. I think it was actually meant to zone there. Aw, it's so unlucky. There's the rally again, and their zone. Chio's 1 HP with no lamp. Hawk really aggro there. That was awesome. That was really a good aggro play. I think Hawk... Again, I don't think people realize, like, how valuable Hawk is actually to, like, this team. And in general, like, how good of an off-take he is. Because, like, when you have, like, a team like Atlanta, you see, like, their DPS always popping off, but you don't, like, recognize, like, the support. Like, the support of, like, people on the team. I mean, the whole concept of Bat Break is so you can brawl more effectively. Hawk mirrored Doom. he's asking for it. He wants him to mirror it. He's asking for it. But, yeah, like, that was brutal. the concept is like whenever you're in an enclosed map, right? Like Rally's broken, but there's so many flankers going on, so having like Flail to force Tracer recall, that's itself good. And if you have a Sigma, Sigma Brig is good. And if you're playing Doom, I still think like a Doom displacement with a Brig to follow up with CC lock to brawl is actually pretty strong. So, and if you look at how Atlanta is playing, they're playing in a lot of like choke based situations whenever they have map control, so they can like really condense Dallas into very small areas and then just push into them when they want to. And when they want to play slow, that's fine too, because like the distance between like the engagements is still Inspire distance, so OG can still hit flails and get value. And because he's playing Brig, the enemy Tracer is getting less value, which allows Kai to inherently do more because he doesn't have to worry about the Tracer. Because it like, yeah. Kai just smiled. Wow, Mr. Chet. Okay, Edison. So it's Widow. I think this is like Dallas's answer, is they're gonna try a slower base composition with like Widow and Bab Zen, so they can try and look to like play slower, control map space, force people out, and then look for picks. And because like Edison got some picks earlier, it worked out. I think that's what they're going for. But here's the brawl, right? Notice how like aggressive OG was. He literally bashed in, and then they lamped, and they just went in. And then they just go for trades. So even if they die, like they just commit. Like that Tracer's 1 HP. Venom gets it. And the one thing about this brawl is you literally look for non-mobile targets. So you don't just go commit a brawl on a Tracer. Even a Widow or something, Widow can grapple away. When you see that Sigma, that's go time. Because that Sigma's non-mobile, and sure that Sigma has grasp. But I think with Doom Punch, I think you can CC lock it out of grasp, as well as you can just displace it well enough. Hope you guys are enjoying though. So now you notice Edison again swapping. I feel like Edison is literally playing the swapping game. It's like Sojourn's not working. Well, Widow's not working. Well, let me try Hanzo now. The dude's literally just playing like he's just trying to figure out what's working, what's not. And again, you see how OG's holding the space? He's doing a very good job of holding enclosed space. He's making it very hard for Dallas to rotate and take map control. Like, he was literally holding the right side of the map by himself. And he could do that, because there's literally only one flanker, which is Tracer. There's no Doom. Tracer versus Brig, Brig can win that. Okay, you see Venom over here holding space. I mean, this is definitely Atlanta's to win. Venom can get a nice pulse when Fielder has trance. Ooh. Mwah. They're just struggling so much in rotation. Again, the same thing. Look how aggressive they just go. And what you have to understand, too, is when they push, when Kai has Railgun shot and they force this actual engage, if Tracer follows up, plus extra Brig damage, and Doom gets insane heals. You have to realize, when Doom engages, you have Inspire heals from Brig, plus you have Pack, plus you probably have Bap Shift. So Hawk has insane heals there. So he just won't die. Plus he has his own abilities to live. So this is Dallas' fight to win, but Atlanta just still has a lot of ultimates. There's only 1 minute left, so there's essentially 2 fights, maybe 1. They're trying to rotate high ground? I think that's a big mistake. Well, what the ults they have? The Flux window? I don't think that's the move. Hawk's gonna go behind, look for a Doomfist ult. Yeah, this is, I do not think this was the move. It might end up working because of some ults. Did he just get punched out of it? I think he got punched out of it. Oh, he's 1 HP? Oh, Kai got 2. It's still winnable. I think Hawk's alive, and so is Brig. Yep, that's just, yeah. Dude. My God. Someone stop Hawk Doom. Oh. It's because, well, sure, but it's more brawly. Like, BAP is inherently a more brawly-based composition. Lamp allows Brig to be more aggressive, which is what they want. So they can be more, like, OG can be way more aggro. Plus the shift, which is, like, really strong. And the range potential damage. And the vertical mobility, I think, is really nice. If you do get pressured by something, you can just jump up. BAP versus Tracer, I'd say, like, a good BAP is going to probably do better than an Ana. Dude, they couldn't even touch. They couldn't even touch! Let's go! Oh, TV stop using pins. I think it shows. They couldn't even touch, man. I think Gator's gonna play if they play Winston base comps. The Hawk's leaving for a second. They couldn't even touch. Ooh, Dallas is feeling it right now, man. Like, this is the thing with Dallas, right? They will not understand the meta, and like that's what I think they need. They need a coach that's actually very good at understanding the meta and getting early to the chase with it. Because I think their coaches are very good at like fundamental building and like teaching, but they don't have a good coach to actually like figure out what's good instantly. Dude, Hawk is like honestly just like diffing. It's just literally just a Hawk diff. Like, if they don't give Hawk player of the match, I think they're gonna give it to Kai because Kai looks like special. But like, Hawk is doing so much, man. Doing so much. Dallas might be boomed after that. I think Dallas is definitely feeling something this week. Definitely feeling something. Because, like, again, they tried the Raw-based stuff, didn't work. Now they're trying this, the Sigma-based stuff, not working. What's surprising is if they watch the previous match, they should have an understanding of what beats Atlanta. They should have an idea. But they're not even trying that, which is interesting to me. Which is really, really interesting to me. And I've talked about that a lot, so I'm not going to go more into it. But, like, they should have an idea of why Atlanta struggled versus Boston yesterday. So it's crazy to see them sort of just, like, not do any of those playstyles. I wish they could, too. Because, again, like, the thing is, like, it'll always be flashy stuff, right? Like, not many times do you play the games that come out of, like, things that are, like, oh, this person's, like, super supportive and stuff. It's way harder to see that. It's always hard for me to see the value Briggs getting when I can't watch it in replay. Yeah, definitely. But like I said, just think about, like, the space control. Think about the Inspire rate heals and like who's playing around the Inspire. If you notice, Hawk is constantly in positions that he's in anti-LOS of enemy range damage and he's in Briggs Inspire range. So what's happening is he's getting constant like heals passively, and then if he needs other heals, he's got BAP or Brig. It was a Crimzo diff? No, I was definitely the Mei diff. I mean, I think Crimzo and what's his name? Victoria maybe played really well, but I think it was definitely in my opinion the Mei. The Mei like made their brawl inherently better, and it was hard to deal with that. Dallas may go 2-4. Who else is Dallas playing? Let's see. So Dallas is playing. They lost to Shock. So they're playing Atlanta right now. They have Florida, Titans, New York, London. New York. New York's probably an easy win. Titans should be an okay win if they figure out the meta by then. I mean, I think they can go like 2-2. I'd say. I think they go 2. Like it's 5 matches. I think they can go like 2-3. I think they can go 2-3. 4 to 6 matches, so 2-4. Yeah, I think 2-4 makes sense. Probably. I mean, dude, he had some insane plays though. A lot of AL coaches don't actually talk to contenders or even know what's going on in contenders because they're too busy trying to figure out their own ways or coaching it themselves. Unless you're in KR, I think there's a lot more connections with AL teams in KR than there is in NA. Unless you're a top NA team, like when I was in Third Impact, we exclusively like. When Third Impact was a thing, we were basically like the American Tornado. We exclusively scrimmed OWL teams for about like 3-4 months-ish. And yeah, we had people come to us about advice and stuff. Why haven't we seen Nero? I may or may not know why, and I may or may not be able to... I can't say if I do know. Yeah, so normally top tier 2 is about like top contenders is roughly like top 10 Owl normally. So yeah. And normally bottom Owl is normally like like mid contenders. And that's why you never see like contenders team play Owl teams, because it would actually be sort of a little bit of a shape, not a little yeah. It wouldn't benefit the Owl teams, let's just say that. But yeah. But normally top 4 Owl is just really, really strong. Top 4, top 5 is like they're in their own league normally. It's almost always been like that. No, it's not bad. Not bad. It's not bad. Oh. Gurio in for Edison. They're going to watch point. Hawk's still playing. I wonder if I'm gonna play Doom here. I think like Gurio's in. They're gonna play Widow. Kai Venom, so it's probably Tracer Widow, Tracer Sojourn, probably Kai Widow. I'm curious what they'll end up playing on Gibraltar. I feel like Doom might be playable because it's really mobile, but there are some really like big distance gaps where Doom could sort of struggle. Because you don't have like DM or anything. But it is fast moving. I don't know. I'm curious to see what they run here. And if they run Doom, then are they going to run like Brig Zen? I feel like Brig Zen might be better than Bap Zen. Or Bap Brig. Because Bap Brig is like a little tricky. They're going to run Sigma based spam. Okay. Interesting. I could see that. A little awkward though because of the verticality on this map. I mean, you're always going to play like compositions that you're generally good at, and it might be somewhat weaker on a map. For instance, like Sigma is probably weaker on a map, but not many teams play Winston. Not many people play like certain, like, yeah, not many people play Winston, and Winston might be the best on this map, but you're not going to play like Winston on just one map and like not be good at it versus playing a composition you play like a lot of on another map. So Guria's coming on Sojourn. So now we're going to see, Edison was struggling. We're going to see Kai versus Gurio now. That's going to be interesting to see. They're Antelia across. Venom goes Tracer. They are running the Bat Brig, so they're going to, again, force a lot of brawls here. Be really aggressive. Something to keep in mind is Sigma, Brig. Very, very strong duo. Very hard to deal with. Kai getting a nice shot, looking for an off angle here. Oh! Just rolls him. Absolutely demolished, man. Dude, he has that down to the T. And this is what I'm talking about. See how he just takes space? Because there's no feasible way Dallas wins that brawl. There's a mini grab here. They just push forward. They just go. Oh, man. Dude. Kai is the person you want to watch if you want Sojourn tips. Oh, man. Oh. That is way too good. I mean, the Sigma's working. Well, why swap? I'd expect the Sigma to go high ground. I think that's what they're probably going to do, because they're going to force these aggressive brawls. So I expect Sigma to go high ground, Tracer to force point, and there it is right there. There it is. See, they're choking them out constantly. They're making it so hard. Look, Gurio can't even do anything. He's like, I have to rotate now. He tries to take an off angle, gets forced out. This is so difficult. And now they're forced to play low ground, and I think low ground's inherently worse, and now they can just force a brawl on them. Like, the map control here that, like, Atlanta is doing, nobody is doing this. Nobody is doing this at all right now in the league. And I think that is what, like, everyone is struggling with, is how do you deal with that? How do you clear out that Sigma break? And a BAP. So they have Lamp. And then you got, again, you see Kai getting the Inspire heals. Man, this is a roll. Again, same thing's gonna happen over here, because I think everyone's alive. They purposely probably staggered Gurio here so they could set up really close and do the same type of choke and just have Venom push point. Now they'll just hold close again, make it like bait them in a little bit, and then they can just go aggro. The interesting thing here is Dallas has a lot of ultimates, so how they approach that is going to be curious. Kai, I mean, honestly, like, Hawk looking for an early flux might be good to force out Trance. Hello? Oh, sorry. Did I disconnect? Oh, I don't know what happened there. My feed froze. Sorry. So, there was... Kai just got a pick on Shield. Dude. Dude. This guy needs to stop getting picks, man. Holy shit. Oh my god. He's literally just walking around the map and just literally killing people. Like, he's literally just walking around the map and killing people. This is just a like, this is a slapping, man. This is an absolute slapping. Holy moly. This is crazy. I don't think Dallas has the answer. Like, what's even worse is Atlanta's the one, like, attacking, technically. And again, now they're gonna swap to more spam-based comp. I think they were on Brig before. They tried it, but, like, they didn't try it long enough, in my opinion. You're retaking. Their comp is very strong when they have map control. The window to take space, that's really good. Push forward, Kai gets a pick again. Kai gets 2 picks. Kai's just going in. There's Zen's 1. He goes a little too aggro there. I think one thing we've noticed, sometimes he goes a little bit too aggressive and looks for aggressive trades when he doesn't need to when they're already up. That's a nice sticky on the ground. Immediately goes to points. Nice. Zones Gurio out. Goes point. At this point, like, I mean, again, what should be happening here is Sigma Brig just hold gates, and then one person watch the other side. They won't be able to do anything. OG's just playing around point, forcing people out. Gurio probably just... He took a really aggressive angle there. Kai's gonna go for an aggressive off angle on high ground and look to, like, just pop off from high. Be able to get the pick on Venom, and that's a good pick. Kai's almost got his ult. They swapped to Reinhardt to force a more aggressive brawl. That's what I was curious about, like, if they were gonna end up doing this. They forced him back. I think they're able to stabilize here. He swaps back here. Yeah, I think Dallas just has no idea how to deal with that brawl. Like, right here, if you see it right there, you saw Sigma Brig Bat pushing right. That's so strong. Again, what do you do versus that? You just can't do anything versus that. And then now you have a Sojourn on an off angle too. How feasibly are you supposed to deal with a mini brawl crew, a Sojourn off angling, and they're all pushing? Like, if you just think about this logically, you have a Sigma Bat Brig. That's Sigma Bat Brig. Like, the Sigma Brig, I'd almost say, or no, sorry, Bat Brig, like, sort of makes like their own tank. Like, it's like a pseudo tank. Even though they're supports, when they push together with the Sigma, it's almost like you have 2 tanks and you're just running people down. And again, the way to beat that is May. And that's what we saw Boston do. That's why Atlanta struggled. But obviously, Atlanta was able to turn it around. Dallas is not doing anything really be able to deal with that. And they're struggling. And it should be even harder here because Atlanta starts with map control. And the chokes on the first point are crazy good. I think Dallas is going to try mirroring it now because they don't know what to do. But I'll be honest, there's no way. Dallas is not a brawl-based team. They don't have the speed, in my opinion, to get the value. What'll be interesting is if they try and do this with Genji and try and be even faster. Which they could do. And then if like they end up doing this, it'll look very similar to like the double shield based meta. He just comes over here. Oh, what a sick shot. Man. I don't even know what Gurio was there in open space. And then he puts it a little too far and then he dies there. Yeah, I mean that's why Par is like I wanted to be an educational content creator. Like and that's why like me and Seppi had a discussion. I talked to a lot of OWL teams, believe it or not. And a lot of OWL teams were interested in me being an educational content creator. At Atlanta, I think we had the biggest goals of what we wanted to do is we wanted to have more in-depth understanding of what's actually going on behind the scenes. We want to give the fans, Atlanta fans, more value. And have you guys understand what's going on. Instead of just like seeing like, oh, this person's killing someone, cool. Have that, but you want more than that. Hopefully. So yeah, this is what Dallas is going to go for. Now they're basically trying to mirror this, and with the Genji, they're going to try and like come in from an angle and try to do like a pincher. And theoretically, this could work. Like theoretically, their macro works here. The difference though is that if in a Tracer versus Genji flanker war, Tracer theoretically does more. And if they play a little bit slower, they should be fine. Kai just got a nice pick there. Oh, he was a little bit off the corner there. So Gurio, even though he saw Gurio and Gurio got the hit, he was able to dodge the next one, but he couldn't kite to cover fast enough. So that, see, now you see what Dallas is doing. They're mirroring and they're forcing a faster brawl. Forcing a much faster brawl. So this is going to be interesting now how Atlanta's going to have to adapt. We saw this basically yesterday with, like, the Mei. Now Dallas has come up with another solution of how to approach this. And this is what I really like seeing, is, like, teams actually adapting and trying new things when stuff isn't working. Notice how Atlanta's holding up really close again with their sort of, like, kill squad, or the brawl... We'll call it the brawl squad. Like, the Sigma, Bat, Brig, they're holding up really close. And Kai, again, is a little further back, looking for his picks. They back up, because the enemy team has space. Why did my feed cut again? Whoops. I don't know why, sorry. Wow, Sparkle's really aggressive here. Okay. That can't happen. That's unlucky. Kai almost got the pick. He was like slowing down there, hoping to get the headshot. They need to shut this dude down. That's gonna be like imperative for them. Because he literally just was able to sneak in here and do this. And the problem here is like OG wasn't there at the time, so he was able to get value. I think OG just has to mark him more. And if OG marks him more, it should go a bit differently. There's a pulse on Fielder. Fielder's 1 HP. Oh, Gurio manages to win it. Still maybe winnable. Ooh, Gurio got a kill there. So they have rally, right? They both rallied. Okay, but OG rallied second. They have Sigma up. I think Dallas is going to take this. Okay. This is all fine, though, believe it or not. Like, this is fine. This is normal. You lose first point, you normally get steamrolled to the second. That's fine. What's critical right now is this fight right here. This is a fight Atlanta needs to win. They have to stabilize here. They could literally stay stable in this fight. They could hold this fight for, like, 3 minutes. So it's not an issue. So, like, the whole guy's like, oh, we're getting rolled? This is normal. This is how Overwatch works with ults. So, can Atlanta stabilize here? Again, look, you see how aggressive Sparkle is on that high ground? Dude, it feels like he's not getting pressured enough. That dude should not be able to hold there. That's one of the first things I think they need to be doing is forcing that guy out. That's a nice shot. Forces him out. There we go. So now they have map control. Sparkle's forward. He's low. Mini grab going in. Okay, Sparkle again in. He's brawl. I really like the pressure from UV on Sparkle. He does die, though. Again, OG's got to keep him in mind a little bit more. Dude, Sparkle's carrying this. I like that pressure that UV's doing, though. Because, again, any little bit of pressure you put on him is inherently going to be good. That's a decent trade. Hawk's in trouble here a bit. Oh, Hawk's in a lot of trouble here. They have Lamp, though, I think, right? Yeah, they'll have Lamp. They have Window. Nice. Can maybe live here. They're trying to force hard brawl. Okay, there's the hard brawl right there. Sigma up. Okay. They got a stall. Okay. Okay. I think they're going to cap. Okay, well, hopefully they're able to figure out that Sparkle is the issue here, and they just need to fix their target priority a little bit. You can put in suggestions if you want that, Trench Killer. Hello, so I won't give with anyone in Atlanta. Was this map like Super Doom? Why is Doom? Probably because of comfort right now. It's a good question though. I think it's like really hard though for Doom to be playing here because like there's if you look at like the first point, even the second point you think of spaceship on the high ground versus like the high ground chokes. That's such a long jump distance, or like not jump, but punch distance. And I feel like you're gonna take like a lot of damage there. There's no DM. There's no bubble. I think it's tricky. No, I think it's a great adaptation because you want to force a faster brawl, and Genji does that. Genji forces a faster brawl. It also has more vertical mobility, so you're able to like pressure people on high ground, where Tracer has a little bit more difficulty doing that. Plus, it's also a comfort pick for them, so which is why it's working out sort of well. It's a bonus. Yeah, I mean, he's hard carrying though because of the fact that like it's not Venom's fault that Genji's carrying, right? It's that UV, OG, and I'd even say it's a little bit of Kai just need to pressure the Genji out more before they take fights. They can't like walk up and there's a Genji just above them. They need to force that Genji out. That's just the first thing that just needs to happen. Once that happens, not a big issue. pick again. Sees no one's there. Genji's on low ground. You can see right now Venom and this thing are going. There's a mini grab. They push really hard. Looks for the pick. Hanbin shield's really low. They just kill Hanbin. Lamp's late. The field are sort of messed up there. But on top of that, like they sort of just left Hanbin. If you notice at the start of this, what happened is like Sparkle was definitely getting pressured by Venom. And because of that, like Sparkle couldn't actually go behind and like flank the sort of, again, the brawl unit. So Atlanta did a really good job there. Atlanta did a really good job there dealing with that.
60 seconds remaining.
We gotta check here. Okay. There's the brawl unit on high ground. Genji's there, but it's just Genji, right? Oh, the Sigma's up there too. Wow. That's a really risky thing for Dallas, because now they're gonna have someone touch point, and that's gonna be really hard. It's just a Genji doing that, and now, yeah, they just lose. I mean, technically they have to do that, I'll be honest, though, because if they don't clear the high ground, then they just get, like, rolled from high ground. So, I'll be honest, like, Dallas probably just loses that fight. Their job there is probably just to force ultimates. There is no feasible way they can touch cart with the heroes that they have, and also win that brawl war. Mini grab, nice, nice. They rally. They probably play a little bit slower here to try and live. It's a great flux from Hawk. It's an amazing flux to kill aggression. OG's got to build rally here, though. He's so close. That's a great lamp. OG's got it. They drop. They can live here for a second. It's a nice rally to stabilize. This is really good for Atlanta right now. I think if Kai has a nice off-angle position, is able to, you know, use his ult soon. Venom looks for a pulse. I think they'll be in a good spot. There's a pulse there. Misses. Okay. Oh, nice pick. Chew. Oh, Fielder's won. Let's go. I mean, they just won the ult attrition there. Like, it's the same mistake that Dallas actually made on Ilio's Ruins, where Dallas committed a lot of early ultimates in hopes to try and kill them. There, they were actually able to get the kills. Atlanta respawned, though, with ults and won. Here, Atlanta wasn't actually... Dallas wasn't able to actually get any kills, so... oh, I was a bit off. And then, essentially, Dallas was... they messed up. They used ults, weren't able to get kills. Atlanta had ults, they stabilized, lived, and they pushed back in with ults, and they won. So, that's how their push is going so well right now. This will be tricky. It's a nice jump. Kai gets a pick. Huge pick. I like the late lamp. Sparkles with his, you know, his blades. They're even, though, actually, right now, believe it or not. They have no heals, though. I mean, Cart does heal, but... Oh, what a pick by Kai. Can Venom stall? Venom's got to stall for a bit. Hanbin's low. The Cart heals, too. So I think they'll actually be okay. They died first, too, so I think Atlanta will be fine here, believe it or not. And again, Hawk's got Flux, Hanbin's got Flux, OG's almost got Rally. Lucio Brig is a really good brawl-based comp, believe it or not. And in these OG situations, it's actually not bad at all. There's a Flux to try to pressure Hanbin. They need to try and kill somebody. There's a Rock. They kill Hanbin. It's huge. There's a Rally. They shield. There's Hanbin's Flux. They grasp the window. Kai gets a pick. The Tracer's really low. Venom. Oh, Guri gets a pick. He gets 2 picks. The problem is, like, the longer the fight goes, the worse it's going to be, because Bat Brig, like, is just inherently going to be better than Lucio Brig in, like, a long duration, because of, like, the area effect heals plus shift plus lamp, so we had to get a little bit of value earlier. But to be honest, for, like, 2 minutes, I think they had, in, like, 30 seconds, that's a pretty dang good push. That's a pretty dang good push. I mean, it's because, again, this is, like, I don't think a lot of people are playing this type of composition, and, so, yeah. Because I think a lot of people aren't playing this position. It's like, or this composition, it's when some people are playing, they're like, okay, I'm going to adapt. And then it's like, well, we don't know how to actually play, like, defend against it because we don't know how to deal with that. Like, what are the actual win cons? How do you counter it? And I think the best way of countering it is, again, like, forcing in more open spaces. But even then, if the team has map control and they're forcing choke fights, I think what you need to do is you need to force payload and then try and flip the map on them. But again, that's like me understanding it from like watching this. Being in game and adapting on the fly, that is something completely different, and that is way more difficult. And even me understanding it and saying what I think is right, could be wrong, is even harder to even implement that. So I think what Dallas generally even have done is still pretty impressive. Because I guarantee you, they don't play this comp. Let's see here. Okay.
Attackers incoming. Stop the pain.
Okay. And notice how Kai isn't peeking there either. He's like really smart. He's playing with the shield. He's just like essentially just playing to like pressure. And even Gurio here, if you notice, he's like playing in a way where his head's barely peeking. Oh, someone almost got their head popped off. And there's a brawl unit pushing in both teams. Shields going in, grasp, shields, nice. Okay. Oh, he looks for a pick there and misses. Some pressure. One thing else when you're playing these like Sojourn mirrors, it's really important I think you track other enemies' railgun shots. That mini grab was a little bit debatable there. It was a little early in my opinion. They do force lamp, they mirror lamps, but Kai does get a pick. Oh, Sigma gets displaced and they immediately get value out of that. This is really good for Atlanta. This honestly might be it. Winning that first fight is imperative. He's 1 HP. That's a stagger. This is pretty much 1 minute left with the stagger. It's probably one fight left from Atlanta here. UV's like, I want to get that kill. I want to get that kill. UV's demanding it.
60 seconds.
Okay, so here we go. They're looking to push forward. They have a free flux here. That's a really aggressive position from Kai. I like it. Mini grab. Try and get them together. He's looking for this pick on the Sojourn. Can you see it? Oh, he just misses it. He backfires, backs up. Hawk's looking for the flux. They go for a flux pulse here. Gurio's on the off angle. They trade Baps here. He misses again, unfortunately. There's a nice rally coming out of OG. Blade, mini grab to try and stop Sparkle. Sparkle's 1 HP. Pulse, huge pulse on Brig. Managed to live. Sigma's 1, running him down. I think this is it. Sparkle's 1. Dead. Bap's coming back. He's gonna struggle. He's used shifts, first heals. Oh, Venom's 1. 7 seconds left. They're gonna stall a point. Gurio's 1 HP. They don't have a signal. They do have a Sigma. They have Kai as an ult here too. So does Gurio. They're gonna zone with Window. That's a good play by Dallas. Dallas has a lot of ults here actually. So this actually could be winnable by Dallas. Oh, he looks for the pick. I mean, he could have played that a bit differently in my opinion. Maybe mini grab first, then shot, but then maybe the person just moves. He's looking for Kai there because he saw the railgun shot. Now he's forced to chill. Flux comes in. Again, like I said, Dallas did have ult advantage here. Kai gets a huge pick. What a very nice lamp timing by UV. If you've noticed the lamp timings, UV's lamps are actually a lot better than Fielder's. Fielder's lamps technically go and just sort of die. That looks like this might actually go towards Dallas. Depends, though. A swap Doomfist. Okay. I think that's actually not a bad swap. They need to win 1 fight, and they essentially have, like, 3 fights, maybe 4. They can just play for ult advantage. What I would say is Shio built a lot of ult because he was brawling a lot, so he was hitting a lot of Inspire. Okay. Let's see here. It's a lot of pressure on Sparkle here to hit a good blade. Shio's rally. UV needs to stay safe and look for a really nice window peel. So they go in, punch in, they look for an early fight. There's a window peel, but aggressive. There's a blade. Goes on Kai. Kai dies. Blade in. They manage to kill OG. Yeah, I mean, but this is fine. They rally Blade here. That's not terrible. Problem is, Atlanta doesn't have a lot of ults here. This is a little risky. Dallas has got window. Atlanta's closing rally. Rally's essentially the win con, to be honest here. Venom knows he can touch. Question is, can this fight go long enough where OG builds rally, and are they also going to full commit to this fight? They aren't going to full commit to this fight. I think that's actually sort of smart. I think if they can take this high ground here and then abuse this high ground, I think that actually might be better. Oh, Venom's 1. There's a window. Oh, no. That's a huge pick, actually. That's a good trade. But the problem is, like, it's so awkward for OG, though. That's a nice stick. Chio's 1. I think they have no heals. There's a rally. That's the rally I was talking about. I think that's the win con. And there was a choke that I think was just inherently better. It's like, that was definitely awkward for OG. Let's go! 3-0. Dude, they don't even look that happy, man. They played out of the war. They played really well. They didn't let Dallas's adaptation do anything. Super nice. Super nice. I think that was really well played by Atlanta. I mean, Dallas is supposed to be, again, a top 4 team, but definitely got outplayed here. Definitely got outplayed. Absolutely nuts. Yeah. I think that was great. Like, I really, really enjoyed that. So, let's see. Next week, we'll chill for the interview, but next week we have an Atlanta match on Friday. Let's see. So, Atlanta plays... Like I said, I'll be doing co-streams when I can, as long as I don't have, like, work, which I start my new job on the 27th. But there's a co-stream on 24th. There's also one on 25th. I think I could do both. 25th, I may or may not be able to, because I might have a charity tournament I'm doing. MVP, I think it's going to go to Kai, but I do think, actually, Hawk deserves it. Hawk or OG. I think both those two players played insanely well, and definitely were the silent carries. It's Venom. Well, I don't know if Venom deserves it. I think he played well, but I think it should definitely be, I think it definitely should have been, like, Hawk or OG. I think they did a really, really good job. Like, Hawk's Doom is just honestly unparalleled, man. Yeah, I don't think it's a mine. I think he is. I don't think there's anyone that's better than him. Like, I think his Doom is just too good. Like Dante's like, oh, I'm a Doom player. Like, Dante probably, everyone's like, oh, he's a good Doom player. But I think Hawk's actually better. I think he has a better understanding of how to, like, utilize his kit to min-max uptime. Like, Dante still's playing a little bit of old Doom. Man. Oh. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, I think so. Venom, his pulse bomb kills, 1.4. What's his... They didn't put his pulse rate. Curious what it was. But we'll wait for the interview chat. We'll go from there. So let's see. Yeah, so I'm definitely doing the Friday Crow stream next week. That's going to be versus Titans. It'll be interesting. And then I really want to do the Saturday one versus Shock, but I might have something during that time. I have to check. It's 1:30 my time. I'll put it in my calendar, but it's going to be tricky for sure. UTL. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, make sure tell people. Tell your friends. Maybe they just want a Venom interview. It's possible. I said Rain had this, but I thought it was going to be a closer match. Yeah. I think a lot of people thought it was going to be a closer match. I thought it was either going to be a steamroll or really close. And I thought it might be a steamroll just because of the fact that I think Dallas is lost in the sauce right now. I think Dallas is legitimately, like, lost to the sauce. But yeah, I think that was definitely really interesting. I'm curious to see now Atlanta vs Titans. Atlanta vs Shock now. That's the next hurdle they have. If they beat Shock, I think Atlanta can go. I think it's 5-0. 1, 2, 3, or 6-0. It's 5. It's
The Overwatch League is brought to you by Upper Deck,
1, 2,
the
3,
official training
4,
part of the Overwatch League,
5,
and by TeamSpeak, the
6. It's
official
6.
web
Okay.
supplier
So
of
I think they can go 6-0. I think they can go 6-0. I think it's actually very doable. And this puts Atlanta in a really good place, I think, standing wise. Let's see where they are standing wise. Is this updated? I don't think this is updated. Because it says they're 6th, but I don't think they're 6th after this. Because I think they should be up. Dallas is 5-2, so Dallas should be 5-3. Atlanta's also 5-3. And I think they have a, because that was a 3-0, their points go up a lot. So I think that puts them in a pretty good place. Oh, Rain, man. I don't think anyone's better than Atlanta in a Doom comp. Like, I don't think anyone is better. I think the only time Rain's done bad is in like the or start of, or like not the start, but like in the previous tournament. Like that's the only time, and that's literally because they were like they got cheesed or they didn't know the meta yet. I got a tweet. Dallas looked really confused. Edison swapped from Sojourn to Widow to Hanzo to then getting swapped out to then losing still. I guess a little BM, man. Poor Edison, dude. The guy swapped so much and just couldn't deal with Guy. Oh. Spite. Oh. Even when they looked bad, they still did better than most teams. When would you say they looked bad? When would you say like they in your definition they looked bad? Ooh. But yeah, I'm like, I'm trying to think, like, I want to see them versus Glads now, actually. I think that's the only team. Glads or Shock, I guess. I think Shocks right now might be the best at Sigma. Shock or Glads. Yeah. I should imagine when we have to watch yourselves. It's gonna be late. I mean, soon, man. Beta's out soon. Beta's out soon. Trying to tweet out my mini analysis like I always do. Man, I feel like they need to put something during these coverage scenes, man. I always talk about it, but it feels like it's just so blank. There needs to be something. Oh, here we go. Thank you, Hawk. Let's go.
From Atlanta, Rain. Hawk, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
All right. I mean, I thought this was gonna be a much closer match, but you know, it was a 3-0 for the Atlanta.
Even like a lot of people credited like Dallas winning.
The Dallas Fuel. How'd you guys get it done? I mean, was there anything that you guys learned from Dallas's previous match from San Francisco Shock that helped you guys get the win?
We saw they played a couple of comps, but they switched up a lot of things today, and we kind of just like played our own game because we think our comps are pretty good, and we just kind of played our own thing. And there's as many tank players in the league that can play Sig and Doom so I was just able to flex pretty easily both heroes.
I think that's something they can abuse. They can really abuse that.
That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, and talking about composition, I mean, you were really good on Sigma, but also, like, Doomfist is sort of your signature hero now, and you've been just killing on the Doomfist.
Yeah.
What do you think makes Doomfist as a tank so good right now? I mean, he was good during stage 1. But
you're like, look at that punch out of Flux. Oh,
for, you know, not only
so
for
good.
But for a lot of different teams as well.
With the nerfs, or with the buffs of the supports, Monkey's a little harder to play, and the meta just shifted to the Batperig or Zen, Batperig Zen, so Doom's pretty good into that. He's able to get in and get out pretty easily, and he's just a good hero. I don't know. He's built for 5v5, and is fun. Yeah.
Overall, just a fun and really strong hero. All right.
Yep.
I mean, I think another really fun to watch at least. I mean, I'm not really good at Sojourn, but I think Sojourn is another hero that a lot of teams are starting to use. Where do you see Sojourn sort of fitting into the meta? Do you think it's going to be a mainstay for the meta, or even for the whole stage for stage 2?
As of right now, I think it's probably going to be meta for the entire stage. It kind of like just replace Soldier, but it also like has pick potential. It's faster. The ult is like crazy good. It pairs well with window. If you throw your grenade through window, it does double damage. I'm pretty sure. If you shoot through your window, it does double damage. It's just a crazy hero that's just really good. I don't know.
Yeah. Wow. So
And
much
we
good
best
info.
one, so.
Hawk, thank you so much. Yeah, and you guys, I mean, yeah, Kai. I just want to say, Kai though, you and Kai. That's it. That's it for the interview. I just wanted to say you guys were fantastic today. Thank you so much for your time, Hawk, and again, congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Nice. Alright guys, we're gonna call it here, but if you guys enjoyed, make sure to check out Atlanta's Twitter, because I will be doing more of these. I'll answer that question in a second. I'll be doing more of these, so check out their Twitter, their Discord. You can follow my Twitter, it's in the description. And I'll be back next week with more co-streams for sure. Does Sojourn make tempo weird, or is it because he has it makes tempo weird because it's very much based off railgun like charge, as well as like his mobility is very like really fast paced, so you can like go fast to slow, or you can play slow and just charge, or you can play like fast with his ult, or you can even play just generally fast by just taking aggressive ult angles, but it's really risky. So that's what makes Sojourn so strong, is how he can tempo shift with all that stuff. So yeah, but that's it from me, guys. I hope you have a great night. Much love, everybody. I hope you guys